right, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining us this morning. I have Mr. Randy Pomfrey here from our Perry Hall office. Randy, give me a little high five. Thanks for sitting down with me. How you doing today?
Great. Yep.
All right.
Beautiful rainy day.
Yeah, it's okay. All right, let's jump into it. Randy, been with the brokerage now for how many years, I guess?
In the teens, I think.
Teens,
like back when you had two offices and one of them was on York Road.
Okay, so you started at York Road.
Yeah, we met at York
Road. You
Road.
came from Pinnacle Real Estate, which was also on York Road, I recall.
Yeah, I was there for about 2 months. That was a little in-between thing.
Okay,
and,
gotcha. Where were you before that?
Flat Rate Real Estate, which no longer exists, but they were the home of the 1.5% listing. Okay. They did lots of listings, didn't make much money.
Gotcha.
Nobody ever bought with me or anything. So,
Pinnacle and then here, and it's been over a decade.
Yeah, it's definitely been, I don't know if it's been 14-ish years or something like that.
Your wife, Jennifer, works with you?
Yep, and convinced her to, lassoed her in to come and work with me as well. She has been in and out, but now she's our operations manager, and can't think of anybody better suited for keeping everything in line and keeping us crazy agents straight.
Yeah. So you run a team.
Yep.
Varying amounts of people. You do a lot of education stuff. So give us a little bit of your background with your whole GBBR and everything, how that works. Because I've had a lot of different people that have taken your new agent classes, have mentioned to me that they took it years ago, or just your various CE. You seem to have I get a lot of good positive feedback. Thanks. Like that you're thorough and funny and all that.
I'm over at GBBR a lot. Not as much as I am here, thank God, because GBBR doesn't, teaching doesn't pay as well as doing real estate. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I was a teacher before becoming a real estate agent. I've been a real estate agent for 21 years, was a teacher for 15 years before that.
Oh, yeah?
So lots of education, background in teaching. But
teaching in Maryland?
Teaching in Maryland, North Carolina, like different spots and stuff.
I got my education major. That was my major.
Yeah.
I did the student teaching thing and everything. But skipped the teaching part and just went right into real estate.
I got right up to the point where I became an assistant principal. That was the end of it. Personal plans and professional plans and all that stuff kind of coincided and collided with each other, and being a real estate agent was definitely going to be a better plan for the future. And I mean, looking back now, I have this discussion with people that are thinking about being real estate agents. I'm like, looking back, my only regret is just not doing it earlier and not just switching. And now when I teach classes to people that are there on purpose. They're paying to be there. Yeah. They're intentional about it and everything, and they're serious about it. And then do a little bit of recruiting along the way. Picked up Eunice from a CE class. She was a great find. She came to a second CE class and was like, this is a gift from God. I'm not going to pass this up. Let me see if I can't recruit this young lady. And she is awesome. You just never know where you're going to meet people. I like to, put myself out there and give back to GBBR as much as possible.
Yeah, awesome. And for your business and your team, your main focus is where? Baltimore County?
Baltimore County. Yeah, we're Baltimore County, probably like 30 to 40%, but it's not like the majority of our business. We do, because I'm from quote unquote south of the border, the Washington, D.C. area. Yeah. I still have a lot of strong ties to PG County, Montgomery County, and then living up in Hartford County, I do a lot of Hartford County, southern Pennsylvania, even we started doing Delaware recently as well. So we kind of do everything from D.C. to York.
Yeah, and Delaware, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, with a lot of working with newer agents and stuff that you've brought on your team before, I mean, what is your sort of number one piece of advice, I guess, that you've kind of sort of, when you first sit down and these people need direction, what is your sort of...
I mean, I think, and this is going to be self-serving, but my number one advice for someone who's starting out is find a team, find someone that can mentor you, whether it's someone who is going to be day-to-day mentoring you or someone who is going to be mentoring you from afar, because I really didn't get my shit together. Coinciding with meeting you, I started getting coached. Yeah. And that's when I started realizing that this is a business. You got to treat it like a business. You're the only employee, and you've got to be tough on that employee. And many people, when they start, they're used to having a boss, having directions, being told what to do. And without that stuff, a lot of people fail. So I really feel like you need to have a plan. And a lot of times that plan can come from someone who's already been successful.
And what sort of coaching program or programs I don't know if there's
So
one
in
that
the past
worked for you. Like what's worked for you, and
Yeah,
what have they sort of taught you, I guess.
I've done a lot of different things, but I think the one that's working for me the best right now is the Tom Ferry coaching plan.
Okay, because you've done Dave Ramsey as well.
Yeah,
correct?
we do. We currently do Dave Ramsey. I've done Corcoran Consulting, Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank.
Yep.
She has her own thing. Brian Buffini. I basically investigated it all, and what we keep coming back to is the Tom Ferry program. He has the widest reach, and he also teaches you things in a variety of different ways. Like we cover all the different bases with Tom Ferry, from business development to lead generation to conversion to AI. And of course, that's the
big push from him right now
nowadays.
Yeah. So Tom Ferry's been number one. And what are some other pieces or things that the various coaches, I guess, have sort of leaned in and sort of taught you? And maybe on the lead generation side of things. I mean, there's sort of two different philosophies, I feel like. Right? Brian Buffini is more of a build your business by referral, networking, client gifts, pop-bys, events, which I feel like you do some of that aspect. And then Tom Ferry's a little bit more direct on the phones type of situation, correct?
Yeah. So Tom Ferry covers a lot more bases. Brian Buffini is great. Like you definitely need to work your sphere. I think the thing that ties them all together is you need to make your calls. You need to call people. You need to, I remember when I first 21 plus years ago when I took my initial licensing course. I can't even remember the guy's name, but I remember that he said, you can be an agent to the stars, you can be an agent to the poor, you can be an agent to the blah, blah, blah. He goes, but whatever you do, don't be a secret agent. And that just stuck with me. It's like, you need to let the world know that you're an agent and make your calls, be out there. Yeah. And if you're terrified of making calls, maybe this isn't the right thing for you, because you got to put yourself out there.
And when you say making calls, I guess, because a lot of people hear that term, making calls. What are you doing when you're actually calling? What is the sort of...
So it starts with advertise. I mean, there's two groups of people that you're going to talk with. There's the group of people that have inquired on a website or in a form or something like that in advertising that they want to buy a house or they want to sell a house. And then there's the other group of people, the people that you already know, the people that probably aren't going to be buying a house this year, but 7% of the people that you know are probably going to transact every year. You got to keep yourself in front of all of them, keep in touch with them, let them know you're an agent, let them know how great you are, so that when they do buy, they're going to buy with you instead of going online and searching for someone and then buying with me.
Yeah.
Because we do lots of advertising. So you really just need to keep in touch with the people that you already know and then be reaching out to new people as well. We don't, back in the days, the white pages is going to, date me, but, we don't just hand someone a phone book and say, call the S section or anything like that. Like we put ads out there. The people that we're calling are genuinely interested in buying or selling a home, but they've only filled out an ad so far. We've got to take them that extra mile to get them.
Sure. So you're doing a lot of like Google AdWords?
Lots of Google AdWords.
You mind me asking me like your estimated monthly budget for that?
I mean, right now we're spending, it varies from month to month, but between like $500 to $1,000 on that. Yeah. Okay. And then we do lots of social media advertising. We've hired someone to do it right because, as you know, thanks, Drew, it pays to have the right person, the right technology, do it the right way. Otherwise, you're just fumbling around in the dark.
Yeah. And where are you finding your best results on social media, I guess?
Not from me so much. I find it actually from my teammates. It's really about people finding people that they can identify with, and then they start following that person. Yeah. And it's mainly you got to just keep producing content on a regular basis. Yeah. You can't take weeks off or anything like that. You got to just keep going. So we meet as a team every other Monday, and we spend 3 or 4 hours filming together.
Gotcha. All right, so you're doing a lot of filming content. Yeah. What about on the technology side in terms of organization of all your potential leads, clientele, and everything? Are you specific on a CRM? Have you used many? Only use one?
I like Sync. It's CINC. For those of you in need of a CRM. It's really good. And the advertising, the website, the advertising, the home search, the what's your home worth, all of that stuff is organized in it together. So people come to our site, they stay on our site, they see our site just like they would see Zillow or homes.com or something like that. It's just a search site that allows them to search and everything. And so a lot of times people will spend a year or two searching for homes before they get serious.
Right.
So we want to keep them close and everything. It integrates with our advertising, so everything just stays in-house. It makes life super easy. And then we're big into AI right now. I spend probably an hour or two almost every day with Claude AI.
I was going to say, which one are you using now? So a lot of people are jumping to Claude.
Claude
You started with chat?
Claude is my favorite. I do like $100 mega plan with Claude a month.
Okay.
And I give her some tough stuff to do. Sometimes I give her stuff to do and I walk away and she's still working on it like a half hour later.
Did you start out using ChatGPT?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
And then how long ago
one of
did you
my
switch to
friends,
Claude?
one of my friends who's a lender was like, you got to use ChatGPT. You got to have the talk. You definitely need to let your AI know who you are. So I'm like, I'm Randy Pomfrey. I work with Cummings and Company Realtors. I'm an associate broker. You let them know everything there is to know about you. That way, when they start giving you answers and they start doing research, they can do it in a smart way. So whatever AI you use, you got to have, quote unquote, the talk with them, let them know who you are. And then for the most part, they're really starting to converge and be very similar with each other as far as their techniques and abilities. So I would say just pick one that you really like and stick with it.
And then, so you moved over to Claude, and then you're spending $100 a month. And then, what type of task are you giving it? That you're giving it a task and then walking away?
So,
don't mind me asking.
One of the main things I do, and I do this all the time, is when someone says, hey, what's my house worth? I do my own little research and everything, but then I'll throw it in. I've built this entire skill out where I put in the data and I have it do the research and everything. And I've got it trained pretty well. It's only as good as what you put in it, but I've got it trained pretty well. Like, it really gives me some fantastic things. And I've asked it to not just give me a CMA. I'm like, build me a case. Not only should I list your house for 1.2, not 1.3, but here's why it should be listed at 1.2, because the last person that listed for 1.3 took 180 days to sell, and then they ended up listing for 1.2. So it does all of that data research, returns it to me, and it gives me like basically a 7 to 8 page report that builds a case, not just a suggestion.
Gotcha. Are you taking that sort of whole printout into a listing appointment, or are you just sort of verbally clarifying?
No, I do both. And in fact, like, my wife just bought a Tesla, and whenever I go to places that are a little bit off the beaten trail, like whenever I wander out into Western Maryland, I'll click on her thing. I say Tesla because she's got Grok built into the car. And so I'll have a conversation with Grok while I'm going out there. And I'm like, why would anybody want to live here?
Yeah.
Or why do people not want to live here? And then when I go in, those are the conversation pieces that I have with the homeowner. Like, hey, I know why you probably moved out here. You want to be, off the beaten path, but still be able to jump on the MARC train and be downtown DC in 45 minutes.
Right.
He's like, that's exactly why I moved here. I'm like, yeah, because Grok told me that, not.
Yeah, not from all your random research and trying to figure it out online.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, it's like using that type of stuff, and then also pointing out the downsides to get them realistic on their price point and all that stuff. Yeah, you have the pluses
It's tough,
and minuses.
They get fixated on a price, their mother, their grandmother.
Yeah.
My house is better than other people's houses. Yeah.
Any like major mistakes or pitfalls over the year that you kind of learned from, I guess, in terms of whether transaction or marketing, fails that you've put a lot of time and effort into that just didn't go your way, and on the other, I guess, flip side, any like big wins out there that you've like kind of come across?
I think you need to be doing enough business that you can pick and choose who you want to work with as your clients. Not every client/agent is going to be the best fit for each other. And it's okay to sit down at a table and be like, you know what, I don't think we're going to be a good fit for each other. It's okay. Go find somebody else to work with. I'll find somebody else to work with. That's fine. This goes with the team that you work with, the clients you work with, and stuff like that. Try to get enough business so that you can be choosy about who you work with. I give this advice to my clients all the time as well. I'm like, you need to be choosy. You need to be doing research. This is your most important transaction you're probably going to do in your life.
Yeah.
Pick your agent carefully.
Yeah.
Most people spend more time finding where they're going to eat tonight on Yelp than they do researching their agent or looking them up or seeing Cummings and Company's reputation. One of the things that I love is I love it when my clients are educated. They're like, I looked you up, Cummings and Company, great reputation, 5-star reviews, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, great. Now we know. We've got that baseline.
Right,
you know that I'm legit.
Yeah.
And go from there. So I think just really, doing your research, asking lots of questions. I just did a buyer brokers before, came in here this morning. I came from Timonian and came over here. Like we spend typically about an hour and a half with them, asking them a million questions. What do you want in the house? What do you want in an agent? I also ask them, like, what are you looking for in an agent? I want to make sure that I can deliver on that.
Yeah.
I want you available 8 days a week. I only want to look at houses in the middle of the night. Well, I'm not your guy for that because I only show houses during the day, you know?
Sure. So all your buyers you bring in as well. Obviously, listing appointments are typically at the house, face-to-face, kitchen table, living room. It's where the real work gets done.
Yeah, and I don't like meeting at like Starbucks and stuff. It's just too noisy. I'm too ADHD. I like to just be focused. That's the only thing we're here for today is helping you buy a house.
Yeah. So buyer appointments go hour plus and really rein them in. And then you feel that helps sort of build the trust, I guess, and everything as well.
And set the expectations about how we're going to work together, what you're going to do, what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Because they're, you know, you get clients that either want to do it all or don't want to do anything, and we gotta understand that there's certain things that you're going to do and certain things that I'm going to do, and there's a division of responsibilities. Like I can't tell you which neighborhoods you should live in.
Sure.
Never going to tell you that.
Yeah.
Like you've got to do that research, and you got to know, is this area safe, not safe? Do I want to live here? Am I going to be happy here?
Yeah, that's great. Any other thoughts or advice for everybody on this crazy industry that we've been in for so long?
So I guess if you're an agent looking for advice on how to get things up and rolling, I would say you got to spend money to make money. So figure out what you're good at. Maybe it's, AI, technology, social media, something like that. If you're good at making videos and you're beautiful, make some videos and then boost them a little bit, see what the returns are. But you have to have that call to action. You have to have a purpose. So plan it out. See what you can do and see what you're good at and what you like. Stick with it.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Well, I hope you got something out of this and learned a couple pieces, tidbits for your business. If you have any questions, Randy, I'm sure you're open to chat with anybody about Claude or anything else you're doing.
Just email me or call me at 443-226-0082.
Randy Pomfrey out of our Perry office. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for your time, Randy.
Sure.
You guys have a great rest of the day. Take care. Thank you.